Good afternoon, children. Today, let us study the balance of development lesson, income and other criteria, comparison among states in India. We have already learned that the per capita income is a good indicator to compare nations and state other than the per capita income. The following indicators are used for comparing the different states in India. Which are that indicators? First, infant mortality rate. What is infant mortality rate? It is the number of deaths of children under 1 year old per 1000 live births. Next indicator, that is literacy rate. It is the total percentage of literate population in the age group of 15 and above. Next indicator, that is net attendance ratio. It is the total number of children of age group 14 to 15 years attending school as a percentage of total number of children in the same age group. Next, we want to know the different states having different data. We can compare three states, nearby states of Kerala, that is Haryana, Bihar. When we take example of this Haryana and Bihar comparing with Kerala, you can understand lot of things from this data. First, look the literacy rate of Haryana, Kerala and Bihar. Kerala 93.91 in the year 2011. When we look Haryana, only 76.68. Then Bihar 63.82. Net attendance ratio, look, when you look, you can see Kerala 83, Haryana 61, Bihar 43. So you from this data you can understand certain things. Our per capita income compared to Haryana and Bihar, this Bihar per capita income and Haryana, let us know about the differences in per capita income, then infant mortality rate, then literacy and net attendance ratio. Let us know about these differences. Kerala, look, when you look at Kerala, per capita income lesser than Haryana. Infant mortality rate, if you look, it's low. Literacy rate is high. Net attendance ratio is also very high. But when we look Haryana, the per capita income is higher than Kerala. Infant mortality rate is higher than Kerala. Literacy rate is less than Kerala. Maintains a good net attendance ratio. When we compare to Bihar, the per capita income is very low compared to other two states. Then infant mortality rate is very high. Literacy rate is less than Kerala and Haryana, but there is a growth from 2001 to 2011. Net attendance ratio is also very low. Next, we want to know about Human Development Index. What is Human Development Index? Here it means that this Human Development Index determines the income of that country. Besides average income, there are various other factors that determine whether the country or a state is developed or not. So, in order to rank the world nations according to their social and economic development levels, the United Nations developed Human Development Index, or the HDI, Human Development Index. There are three main HDI or Human Development Index indicators are there. Which are the indicators of Human Development Index? First one, life expectancy. What is life expectancy? It means the average lifespan of a person, or we can say assess the health aspect in each country. Next, we know about education index. It is assessed using two levels, expected years of schooling and mean years of schooling for the residents of a nation. And what is GNI? gross national income per capita is used to represent the standard of living. If that country is developed, the country can utilize their resources for the development. So when there are different countries having different gross national income and life expectancy different, then you can see the indicated, and then education also difference. So which are the human development indicators? First one, life expectancy. Second one, education index. Third one, gross national income per capita. So the Human Development Index report is annually published by the United Nations Development Program. Next we want to study about the public facilities. Public facilities, collective provision of goods and services. Though money is required for our day-to-day life activities, there are many things around which money cannot buy. Money cannot get a pollution-free environment. Pollution-free environment we can't buy. We can buy many things by using money, but at the same time we can't get a pollution-free environment by using the money. Then unadulterated medicines, etc. What is unadulterated medicines? Original medicines. Original medicines, unaltered medicines, and pollution-free environment we can't buy through money. At the same time, community as a whole can work together for the welfare of the peoples. Work together, then only the country can work together, grow together. At the same time, community as a whole can work together for the welfare of the people. Collective provision of goods and services provide many advantages over individual provision of goods and services. Next, what is collective provision of goods and services? Certain goods and services are beneficial. It's good for majority or all members in a society. When such goods and services are provided collectively, it will be much cheaper. Providing goods and services that are beneficial to the society in a collective manner and at cheaper rates can be termed as collective provision of goods and services. In examination, what is collective provision of goods and services? It means that some goods and services that are beneficial to the society in a collective manner, that can be provided to cheaper rates. That is termed as collective provision of goods and services. Government can play a vital role in the area of collective provision of goods and services. Electricity, example of collective provision of goods and services. Electricity can be provided to all sections of the peoples. Then proper education. Education can be given to all sections of the peoples. Free and compulsory education to all. So literacy for all. So next you can see the health also can be provided to provide the people at a cheaper rates by health care facilities, public health care facilities. Next, telecommunications, railway services, telephone, electricity, education, common health care centers, public distribution system, etc. These are all examples of common public services, or we can say that collective provision of goods and services. Next, these are all public facilities. Which are the public facilities? That we can call it as provision of goods and services. That is electricity, then education, then health care, then telecommunication, then public distribution system. These are all examples. Next, we want to know about sustainability of development. There is a main topic, that is sustainability of development. The word, while hearing itself, you can understand sustaining for the future generation. It means that we have to keep it for the future generation. That is sustainability. Otherwise, we can say development without the destruction of the environment or eco-friendly, or it can be used for the future generation, sustainable or sustainability. Consider a particular country that is well developed. We would like this level of development to go up further, or at least maintain it for future generation. This is the basic concept of sustainability of development. The over exploitation of natural resources can lead to unsustainable development. This is particularly evident in the second half of the 20th century. It is very necessary to conserve and protect the resources for the future generations. Otherwise, they will not get, or they can't access. So it is our responsibility to maintain and to use it for the future generations. Otherwise, they won't get. Example, underground water. If we utilize underground water recklessly, definitely future generation will not get water. When we pollute the air, definitely the future generation will not get air. The future generation will not get air. So it is our responsibility to keep it for the future generation. So resources, when we study about the resources, you already learned about non-renewable resources and renewable resources are there. The non-renewable resources, we must use it judiciously or wisely. These why? Because these resources cannot be replenished. We will not regain it. We can't regain it. Once it finish, we can't regain it. There is some fixed stock on the earth. It means that it is limited. So we must conserve it and we will not exploit it. So there is some fixed stock on the earth. It is overused, it will be get exhausted. So here you know that if we overuse and if we misuse, definitely it will get exhausted. Best example, crude oil, sustainable development. Now it's our turn to plant a tree for the future generations rather than cutting of trees or rather than destroying the forest. We must plant and we must preserve it for the future generation. So it's very urgent to preserve and conserve all the resources for the future generations. So let us study this lesson once again. So development, what do you know about development? Development here means that the growth of the country. The growth of the country that can be achieved through many developmental activities. But these developmental activities will not destroy the environment. Eco-friendly development or development without the destruction of the environment. So development goals are different. You know that farmers development goal and graduate person's developmental goals is entirely different. So developmental goals are different. Developmental goals of people vary according to their lives. For an individual, both material and non-material things are important for achieving developmental goals. Which are the material things? Money and things that people can buy with it, that we can call it as material things. What are non-material things? Like freedom, equality, security, dignity, respect for each other and better quality of life. Each and every individual need freedom, equality, security, dignity, respect and better quality of life. Everybody needs this. That are non-material things. Next, per capita income. What is per capita income? The total income of a country in the sum of income of all its residents, all individuals, we can call it as per capita income. Next, infant mortality rate. What is infant mortality rate? It is the number of deaths of children under 1 year old per thousand live births. Next, literacy rate. It is the total percentage of literate population in the age group of 15 and above. What is net attendance ratio? It is the total number of children age group 14 to 15 years attending school as a percentage of total number of children in the same age group. Human Development Report is published in by whom? United Nations Development Program. Assessment is based on per capita income, education and health status. The over exploitation of natural resources can lead to unsustainable development. I hope that you understood this lesson very well. Have a nice day.